Okay, are we on? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to have to speak loud because this mic, it isn't for us in the room. It's for the people on the phone. So, Valerie, Adrian, you guys, when you speak, remember you're going to have to use that big, strong voice. Well, welcome. I'm really excited. I'm nervous, excited all together because I love all employee meetings. Not a lot of people probably would want to stand up and say that, but I really think they are where we really start building that culture of communication. Everything that me and the executive team will stand up here and talk about will not always be easy conversations, happy conversations, good conversations, but we want to have them. And we don't want to dodge issues. We want to answer what we can answer as honestly as we can with whatever information we have at the time. So I am excited. I'm excited and grateful that you all took the time from your extremely busy schedules to come. So welcome. We think these meetings are important because it gives us an opportunity. I think I just said this, but so now I can get back on my little notes that I wrote. We believe these meetings are important because it gives us an opportunity to provide you guys with information on where we're going, why we're going there, and good decisions, hard decisions that we have to make to get to where we need to go. And then the other part is we get to get input and feedback from you. And we value that. We really have some challenges ahead of us as we go through the presentation. And input and feedback from the employees is key in order to help us achieve where we think UCP should be. This is our agency, so it requires all of us to be involved in making those decisions. So before we really get started with the presentation, I just want to put our organizational chart up just to remind all of us of how we're structured, who's on the executive team, so that should you have any questions or need information, any of the executives standing up, feel free to go and talk to them. And again, we all share that we're going to provide you as much information as we have available. Okay? Yuli, can you help? I'm so excited about this board. You guys didn't get to see my Vanna like interpretation, but I thought it was kind of good, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm Brenda Hanserd. I report to the board of directors. Our board is charged with oversight of our agency. What that means is that once a month, the fourth Tuesday of the month, they come on site. And what happens in those meetings, all of the executive team members prepare a report for the board. And what that report does is basically give them a snap of how their department has performed, what their goals were for that particular month, what they achieved, and if there are any open items that they need suggestions or would like input on. And so we meet and talk for about an hour and a half. And if there are any follow-up items, those happen. They leave and then they come back the next month. So that's kind of how that process works. They also have a governance responsibility. They are charged with making sure that legally everything UCP does is within all the different laws that are required for a nonprofit. So it's a heavy burden on them. And when they agree to be on the board, they're agreeing to do the oversight and to take on that responsibility. So we really appreciate our board. and the time. It's not a paid position, so we appreciate the time that they take to do the oversight. And so on the executive team, we have Adrienne Diga, and I'm gonna just have her stand real quick so you can all get a good view of her.
I oversee human resources, training, and facilities. So we are customer service in all the departments. Most of you know my staff, my HR people that just stand up really quick. That is John is here, and all of you. Oh, and Terry is here for training. Melinda and Daniela, who most of you have training and facilities, are back here. So we're here to help. We're a good resource. So I'm glad you come today.
Okay, and then we have Valerie.
So I'm over here, and so in my programs, I have one of the longest titles because of my programs. So I have our therapy clinic. If some of the teams from the therapy clinic want to stand up, come on, you can't wait, Laura. Lindsay up. I see yours. Okay. And then we have early intervention. So early intervention is our teams that, okay, you guys stand up. They're not all standing up. That's okay. So early intervention is our therapist, developmental specialist, our service coordinators are out all in the different fields across Maricopa County, at least the northern and downtown portion. And then I also have my early learning center crew. So there's you guys got we're just waving. Poor participators, but great team. So that's my team.
Okay, so this is the role that, see, I told you. This is a smart board. I cannot touch it until it's time to move. That is going to be the hardest thing for me. Okay, so this is the position that I was sitting in before moving to the CEO role. So this is still in progress. But from the executive team, we have Sabina.
Hi. I'm over the revenue cycle, which is billing for therapies and for HCBS, DTT, DTA. And I have a wonderful billing staff. Oh, you know, you guys have to stand. They all work hard for you guys. I'm also have taken on compliance, so healthcare compliance. And that is something that Brenda and I are working on together for UCP. And then also networking, which is basically talking about our contracted plans and our insurance companies and how that works into UCP and all the therapies. So, okay.
Thank you. We have Carlos Ferron from Westar, our IT.
I'm over IT, and I also have a big team of specialists. With the person in charge of PC support stand up. The person over voice over IP. She's the How about networking support? I'm kidding. If it has a plug, we support it. We're happy to help.
Ooh, that's funny. So Yuli, most of us would struggle without her. So we have two key positions on the executive team that we're recruiting for, our director of development, but I would like our fabulous development team to stand.
Hi, everybody.
Diane and Leslie, love them. And then the director of HCBS and day programs, will HCBS stand, wave? The hardest working women in Hollywood. DTA? No? DTT? Yeah. So So I think it's just, and I could never forget Janet, our wonderful executive assistant, and Carla Verdugo, our special projects marketing guru.
I just walked in right
Yeah. Okay, I think that was well worth the few minutes it took just to kind of make sure everyone knows who's on the executive team. And so I'm getting the little wave the hand because I forgot the accounting team, but I really didn't forget them because they have a huge responsibility after our presentation that I was going to point them out. But let's take a look at these beauties. No, we have our fabulous accounting team. But I think it's important for the executive team to stand up, because one thing we really want to charge ourselves with is being a team and being available for all the employees. Valerie may not be, the person directly responsible, say, for example, the day program. But she is an executive of our company, and she's charged with helping develop policies, helping to make sure that we all understand the policies. So if she doesn't know the specific answer that you're asking her, she's going to go find out and make sure that we're all aware that it's an issue or concern. So that's something that we really want to get better about. We want to take serious ownership for that. So we want you guys to be able to hold us accountable for that. So today our agenda is going to be full with me showing you some slides on where we are through January 2018. And so I've prepared a brief financial presentation. If you have any questions, because it's a lot of information, if you can write your questions down, and at the end, when we have question answer time, we'll answer as many as we can. But if we don't have time for your question, email me or the accounting team, and we will get that information back to you. We're presenting the information because we think the information is important. So we're committed to getting those questions answered, okay? Just a couple of more things. The meeting is being recorded, so employees who were not able to make it can go back and listen. We're going to do a brief survey, right, Adrian, asking for your feedback and suggestions for future topics, information you guys might want to learn about or know about. If it's hot and pressing on your mind, add it to the survey and we'll put it on our list to talk about. And our next meeting is scheduled for sometime in May, right? May 15th, okay? All right, so I've been waiting to do this. This one. Kevin, we love this board, just so you know. So the first thing I wanted to do is just give us a quick snapshot of the employees at UCP. So you guys just kind of know when we talk about one, we're really talking about 305 people. So we're charged with trying to make decisions that will benefit all of us. One thing you'll learn about me is that I'm very inclusive. If it's good for one, it has to be good for all of us, okay? So 305 employees, and this is how we're broken down. We have the 2 clinics, we have EI, home, the DTA program, the DTT program, the Early Learning Center, HCBS, have some HCBS providers here, love that. Our fundraising team, our finance team. Finance is finance and the billing team. And then our human resources department, and then our admin team. So we're a pretty big group. And when we're making decisions, this is who we're making decisions for, okay? So how much work did those 305 people do? How many services did we deliver? I love looking at this number because it's big, and it gives us a frame of reference of how many lives and people we're touching. So from July 1 through January 2018, so our fiscal year, we're talking, and our fiscal year starts in July, we've provided 146,137 services. That's a lot. We were budgeted to provide 173,173 services. From almost all of the numbers that we're going to be showing you, we're going to show you where we are and what we had budgeted, so that you guys keep that in mind, the difference between the two, okay? Services by department. So that 143,000 number we just looked at, this is how those services are being provided. HCBS, there were 82,539 services delivered to our clients. DTA, 26,278. Early intervention, 20,962. DTT, 11,720. Clinic, 3,406. Downtown, 805. Early Learning Center, 433 kids. How did that change? So, okay, I did that. So I wanted to show that slide just so that we all know every single department is important. Every department has a different goal, and that's based on the services that are provided and the manner that the services are provided. So we don't look at one department who may provide 82,500 services I want to be real careful how I say that, any differently than we look at Early Learning Center, who provides 433 services. To us, that's the method in which that service is provided, and it's just as important. Okay? So how much revenue did we earn from those services? Okay. So for our total revenue, all sources, January to July, we earned $6,450,000. We were budgeted to earn $7,105,000. So we have a shortfall of $654,000. Okay. Some of you guys are looking like not sure. This is our reality, and we said we want to have open communication. So when we create where we need to go next, you guys will just have the frame of reference on maybe why we're having to make certain decisions we're making, and that it's the best path that the executive team thinks that's going to get us to where we need to be. Okay? What were that $6,450,000? How did we get it? So program revenue, we received $4,322,000. So when we thought about, or we think about those 146,000 services we rendered, they generated that revenue. Okay? Every service we do, and we do it well, matters because it shows up here, right? Circle K donations, we received $1,778,000. Circle K is generous to UCP, and we're very grateful for that. But just like any other business, Circle K may have a decrease in their sales. And so when that happens, if it's, this is people choosing to donate. So, we're subject to any change that happens within Circle K. Um, we're grateful that it's still a significant amount, but it's less than we had anticipated. And then other donations and community support, we received $349,000. And this is where, like the fun run that Diane will talk about a little later, all those dollars fall into this bucket, right? So how much expense did we have to generate that $146,000? Okay, we spent $7,284,000. We had budgeted to spend $7,547,000. So this is a positive difference. We didn't spend as much as we had budgeted. Once we saw our revenue, we had a shortfall. Some of the things we might have planned on spending, we knew we couldn't spend at that time. So that's what good fiscal management is. It's no different, you know, for us with our personal expenses. If the revenue doesn't come in, just can't spend it. You have to put that project or that expenditure off until we receive monies to be able to make those purchases. How does those expenses break down? We are a service-generated business. What we do is we provide services for our clients. So of that $7 million, $4,695,000 pays all of the 301 employees' salaries. So that's 64%. Another 13% of that pays the benefits that we receive. Our health insurance, vision, dental, all of those. So 77% of those expenditures pays our salaries and our benefits. We are a service generating business. That's what we do, and that's what we're good at. So that's not unusual. And then 7% of those dollars go into general and administrative community outreach services. Those are supplies, those are legal, audit, those types of expenditures. And then occupancy and related. Our facilities, our leases, our buildings, expenditures that we continue to pay to replace air conditioners and those types of things. And then client transportation expense. These are for client programs. We take our clients on field trips. We buy supplies that directly affect the services we're providing, food when we prepare meals, transportation for all the mileage our clients or our staff drives. That's 6%. And then 4% is spent on grants and community support, i.e. we have some expenditures associated with the Circle K donation. We have to buy canisters to put on their counters and the printing for the inserts, those types of things. So that's kind of how we spend our dollars. Okay. Okay. So after seeing all those numbers, I think it's kind of clear that we have some challenges. We have gross revenue of $6,450,000, and we had expenses of $7,284,000. So when you do the math, you know that there's a difference. It's a deficit. The board, there's ways that we accommodate that. So I don't really want to stay there too far and talk about the investments and how that's covered. What I want to talk about is that operating deficit. And as I'm charged, the executive team is charged, I want to charge every employee, all 301 employees, with working on that deficit. And I want to be open and honest in saying that's where we are and that's what we're going to be working on, right? Challenges like that require different methods. So you guys are going to be hearing us talk about asking a lot of questions. Are there different ways? Are there new ways? Is this the right business? Is this the right way to do it? Are there different billing opportunities? We have to basically look at every program, and that's what we're doing. And you guys may start seeing that in the administrative areas, may start seeing us change vendors. I just want you to know that there are changes going on because we have to address that deficit, okay? We have to come up with new ways to figure out how to get the best service to our clients at the most efficient and affordable way to do it. We can't have business as usual because the marketplace is changing. We're great, but everybody else out there, they're doing things differently. The way the government is reimbursing programs, we get 64% of our revenue from either AZIP, DDD. That's our reality. That means we have to look at everything that we do, and we have to be sure that we're asking ourselves, is this the most efficient way to do it? Challenges like that calls for different measures. And that's where we are. We believe, at least I'm standing and I'm saying this because I truly believe it from my heart. We talk about it in our executive meeting, and I think we're all on the same place and believe it, that the best ideas are going to come from the whole body. And so that's what we're asking you guys to do, to help us as we come to you asking for ideas. You guys start thinking, of different ways we may do things. After this meeting, I talked about the survey. If you have any ideas that you'd like to just push forward, to have us just look at something that's just been boiling in your mind, that's where some of the best solutions are going to come from. People doing the job day in and day out. I'm a firm believer of that. And we look to you guys. You are the experts. It's not, it's not what I do. I'm not out there serving the client. You are. And so I'm hoping you guys see these numbers and you walk away from this presentation more informed but not overwhelmed, because the one thing that I'm committed to, and you guys may hear me talk about it for UCP, is sustainability. And sustainability, to me, we've talked about it before, it's not just financial. It's everything that goes into the agency that creates the strong financial position. So that means customer service has to be the best. We are known for, Valerie talks about this all the time, for who we are and what we do. We got to push that. Our facilities, we have to sustain them, because this is where we do what we do and we're able to make a difference in people's lives in this facility. It's the employees. We have to make sure that we're investing in the employees so you guys can be ready to go out there and do what you do. So when you think about whatever you think about and you think about sustainability, think about it from every possible perspective that's going to get us to that strong bottom line. All right? All right. I don't want to belabor that, but I do encourage you guys on those surveys to put your thoughts down, give us other things to think about as we continue to work through some of these challenges that we have. And then we will have an update in May. We're getting ready to start our budgeting season, so next month. So you guys will probably hear a lot of questions coming to your different departments. Don't be alarmed by that. I'm telling you guys this ahead of time. So hopefully to prevent people being alarmed, people being afraid, just know we're working it. And to work it to the best end, it's going to require us to be vigilant, asking a lot of questions, looking at a lot of different scenarios. We may say something that's so crazy off the wall, but just know we're probably playing with an idea, and hopefully we vet it out well enough that we don't, come up with something that's not sustainable. All right. All right. So that's that. Let's move on to more pleasant things. I get to turn this over to Adrian. And
So I just wanted to remind everybody that the executives are hosting an employee picnic April 21st at Tomorrow Park. It's for employees and their families.
you have to do this, or else they can't hear you on the phone.
That wasn't in my contract.
No, I know. Just so they can hear you on the phone. Thank you.
No. So there'll be food, games, fun for your families. We'll be asking for RSVPs soon through email, and they will, Bobby and Laura at the front desk will be taking those. So I hope you're available that day and want to come out and have some fun. Leslie, we're going back.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Hi, everyone. We have our fun run on March 11th, so that's right around the corner. I hope everyone's going to come out and at least participate. We'd love for you to join teams. I know there are some teams coming together, and we appreciate that. But if you want to just come out, just show your support, support our families that'll be there. You can participate. If you don't want a t-shirt or a medal, you can just participate, and there's no cost. But just come out and be supportive. And if you can share with the families that you come in touch with, let them know we want them there. This is for them. We want them to be part of the community. We want them to participate. And there is no charge unless they want a t-shirt and a medal and all that. So kind of encourage them, let them know that we're here and that we want them to be present also. If you have any questions, just give me a call. And Carla. Passing the torch.
Oh, wow. I'm going to talk a lot, so I'm going to pin it. Just kidding. So First Fridays, have you guys ever heard of First Fridays? Anybody? Yes? Okay, good. So First Fridays is already an ongoing event at downtown. It's the Roosevelt line. Basically, we have 4 new murals. I think I've sent a lot of updates about our mural. So a little bit of background, that mural goes along the side of all of the Circle K next door to us downtown, and then our facility. So it's a very big mural. Circle K paid half of the mural. And the reason for this mural was because we opened up a facility downtown. Thanks to Circle K, they gave us that option to see if we wanted to take over the building, and we said yes. And kind of like as a little, partnership symbol, we made that mural to show the community that Circle K and UCP kind of work together. So that mural was completed back in September, October of last year. So we're kind of putting on this event, not kind of, we are putting on this event next Friday, in conjunction with the already ongoing event, First Friday. We are having that, like a grand revealing to the community of our mural. And you guys, if you guys have not been down there, it is like amazing. It's big, it's colorful, like it's like you will like get some jaws to drop. So I do encourage you guys to go down there and I'm sorry, I have allergies in this facility. I do encourage you guys to go and support us. I do have some of the, and you guys knew that some of the kids on the mural are actual kids of UCP. So some of those kids will be there, kind of showing that, we're not just photo stock, we are real, we do provide services to children with disabilities. And Circle K is very excited too. They're gonna be part of that event as well. So it's during the First Fridays event, so it's going to be from 6 to 10 p.m. next Friday. It's literally just drop by, look at the murals, take some pictures. We're going to have a little Snapchat filter to make it fun. And then we are going to have a food vendor, a food truck. So if you do look at our murals, you will, and you purchase something from them, you will get free fries. So yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. Now I can go sit down. So yeah, so that's the event.
Can you explain a little bit about First Fridays down there? I don't think people know.
Oh, it's because you guys all went like this. So. Okay, so First Fridays, you guys, it's downtown Phoenix became like the leader in arts. I didn't know this. I read all about it. So now the whole, like from 7th Avenue to 3rd Street, and we're on 7th Street, it's literally, they open it up every first Friday of the month. They open it up, like they close all the streets, and there's food trucks, there's art galleries, there's people selling like jewelry, anything art related. Like it's like a swap. I always say this, I know. It's like a swap meet. You go in and out, go inside a gallery, come out, buy some jewelry, go into the next one. Like you do your own thing. So now our challenge with this event is that, like I said, it kind of ends on 3rd Street and we're on 7th. So our challenge is gonna be, how do we get people to walk another 2 blocks? But we are going to try, I mean, we are kind of already promoting it. I'm trying to reach out to Roosevelt Road, but they're really hard to get. So that's kind of what First Friday is. And like Brenda says, we're trying to save. So instead of coming up with a whole new event, why not just like, you know, take advantage of that event that already exists, and then we can avoid parking issues and all that stuff. So I did find out, though, that there, I mean, it is kind of expanding already, and there is like a trolley or some stuff that kind of takes you, so people don't have to walk that far. But I mean, it's not a far walk, and people are already walking. So, and our murals, let me tell you, they are worth looking at. So, did that kind of explain what First Friday is? Okay, good.
And we need to be there yelling and
And
screaming
we
and
you know,
hitting people.
yeah, it's like after hours, so Friday, and you guys, not just for UCP, but you guys should really look at First Fridays, like just, you know, just to say that you did it and say that you're cool. So you should do it. Say that you're cool, just tag yourselves there. So anyway, okay, I'm done. All right, any more questions? No? Okay. Do I bring it back to you?
I think Adrian again. Yeah.
All right, so we've every quarter we're going to do a recognition for employees who go above and beyond, demonstrating UCP values. And this quarter's recipients were selected or nominated by their directors. Going forward, we will be asking the supervisors and managers to nominate employees to be recognized at the quarterly meeting. So I'd like to invite Valerie up to do the first recognition.
So I don't have a lapel, so I guess I'll hold it. So the individual that I wanted to elect from my 3 programs is Anna Curry. So you want to come up? So I could actually get teary because she saved my life. So some of you may know our Early Learning Center manager, Katie, over here, just had a baby. And so she went on maternity leave. And so in addition to my other responsibilities, I became the Early Learning Center manager. And our biggest goal was that Katie would be able to come back to a great situation. And we knew she was stalking her email, so we kept everything off her email. And Anna and I were total conspiracy to get it all done. So anyhow, Anna's really only been with us for a year. And she just did an amazing job of stepping up into the responsibilities that Katie left both of us. She and I were a team, and we pretty much had, like, something would come up and either she got it or I got it, but whatever, we got it done. Like we really, I think we shocked Katie. We did it. And so some of the things that she was invaluable to the program for, I had to make a list, was staffing, purchasing classroom materials, classroom ratios, compliancy, touring families, overseeing children's registration and payment, managing the food program. The list went on. The biggest thing that happened though, the day Katie left, we were in the middle of working with Quality First. So the ELC gets stars, that's their ratings. And we were in the middle of, it's not a review, it's maybe not the assessment period. There, I knew there was a word. I haven't fully embraced the role. I didn't know the term. So we were in the middle of our assessment period and they were supposed to come. And we kept hoping they would come before Katie left, obviously, but they didn't. And so the day Katie left, they came. And it was Anna and I. So they came and they did all these reviews. And then this is something I've never done. It was like a game show, wasn't it? So they go, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back in a half hour and you fix the 2 things we left you with. And she and I looked at each other and we split. We ran down the hall and got in line everything that we needed to do for her when she came back in a half hour. It was a half hour, right? Yeah, we were done.
We were done. We were waiting for her.
We were waiting. And so I am proud to say that we did. We got it done.
Right.
So it was an amazing teamwork and like I said, though, I needed her help. I needed her partnership. We couldn't have gotten it done without her. And I also have to tell you, if you haven't seen, that we are now have increased our number of stars. We've gone to 4 stars now. So that's huge. She did, we were 3. Yeah. So I just have to tell you, she did go way up and above and beyond, and I am forever grateful. So thank you. We do have something for everybody who gets recognized. It's over in the office, so we'll get it for you afterwards. So, all right. Okay.
Thank you. I might drop it. It's going to be a hard act to follow. I don't know. I think I should have gone first. Let's see here. So first, I just wanted to say that I am really lucky because when I came to UCP, we already have a great billing staff, and we've acquired a few new people to add on to the team, but I just think that our team is awesome and they all deserve recognition. But today I'm just going to recognize one person. I would like to talk about Jamel Lee. Jamel has been, come on up so I don't feel so nervous. Jamel has been with a billing specialist at UCP for 4 years come this March. In the last year, Jamel has been instrumental in implementing new workflows in the billing department. Jamel is responsible for all the commercial and access plans, making sure that all the claims get out the door in a timely fashion. With all the rules and challenges of the insurance world, this is no small task. In the last year, we implemented a collection policy for the clinics. Jamel has excelled in keeping track of these members' accounts and working with the families to collect on past due accounts, dramatically decreasing our patient AR, which is our goal. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, AR. Yeah. Oh, AR. Oh, accounts receivable. Sorry, finance. So the money owed went down. Jamel goes above and beyond to keep the team spirit alive in finance. He helps to decorate for all holidays and plans team building events. There are many duties that Jamel performs in the billing department, but he always makes time to help his teammates. In a difficult billing transaction has to be done, we all look to Jamel for advice. Jamel never hesitates to get on the phone to fight for a kiddo whose claim they're being denied by the insurance company. Words that his teammates use to describe him are organized, determined, helpful, artistic, good-hearted, and hardworking. Whether it is gathering info for the audit or working problem accounts, we can always count on Jamel to get it done. Please join me in recognizing Jamel Lee for all he does at UCP. Are you surprised?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And he's a nice dresser.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So Anna and Jamel, so we do have something, some movie tickets for you, but somebody named Brenda left them on her desk. So I'm sorry about that. So this was our first meeting. We got through it. I'm relieved. We want to open it up for questions. We have about 10 minutes. Remember, if we don't get to your question, please email us. Don't let it go unasked, or suggestions, advice, whatever. We're not afraid to have you guys ask us questions. So we have Adrian, Carlos, Valerie, myself, Sabina. We're here. And then people, let's see, our employees on the phone, I guess there's an option for you to type in a question. Should you have one, we'll check those too. Okay? Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
How did you come up with the budget numbers?
So what we do is look at several factors. What we've done in the past, and based on productivity standards, based on staffing, what the number should be. We'll look at contracted rates that we have, how much they'll reimburse us for certain items, and then we do calculations. There's generally many different factors, demographics, trends, all of that stuff that we tend to use. The one thing we do is we always like to look at the prior year, talk about what happened, and then ask ourselves the question, are we going to reperform like that? Were there opportunities for us to do better? Was this something that was unusual for that particular time? And then kind of, put all that stuff together and project out a number. Then we take it to the board, and hopefully they like the numbers that we've come up with. So most times they'll send us back with a little work. It's also where we get a chance to dream and talk about what we'd like to do. So it's always a good place when you have a component of that in your budget. When you get to the place that you know what you do, you know how much it costs to do it, and then you get to think about some of those things you'd like to do. Okay.
Are the numbers that you have, that the actual numbers, are that what we got paid or what we billed for?
So this is probably like way more than what you asked, but we are on like an accrual base of accounting. So it's basically based on what was done, because we realize payers pay slower. We may have some claims that deny. We still count the revenue. We just have to work to get the money. So it's based on what was actually produced and done. Yes, ma'am?
Do the negatives from the year before follow, or do you start from square one? How are you working that?
Well, tell me your name.
Lynn.
Lynn, okay. So there's a couple of things. We don't carry forward the financial performance on the statement of accounting, but if we've lost the number, if we've lost revenue, that never goes away. It's just on the balance sheet, it shows that we're in the negative. But when we project forward, we're always looking at what the trends were last year. And if the trends were not where we need them to be, we really talk about how do we change that? Or we need to adjust the expense side to reflect where we are. So it's kind of like a yes, no question, but we're looking at everything from how we're operating. And we want to start July. What do we think we're going to do? How many services do we feel we're capable of producing. What staff do we need aboard to do those things? Okay. Diane, you have a question?
I was really shocked if we go back to the number of services per program. When you saw the high number of services for DTA and DTT, and they have a lower count of individuals served per, as compared to EI or some of the others. Yes, the screen, go back, the
Service area.
Yeah, go
Service.
back.
One more?
One more. Yeah, so when you're looking at DTA and DTT, how are they higher than EI? That didn't make sense to me, or the clinic.
So you're talking about somebody who may get 1 hour of service versus somebody who may be, for example, DTTA. They're in there maybe for a whole day. So that's 1 versus 8.
Okay.
Because it's based on how the unit is built. That's why every measurement is based on how the program delivers the service.
Oh, okay.
But that's pretty much why, the duration. Good question. Love that. Okay. I don't think we have any questions from the phone. So, well, it's been nice. Great hour. But I guess it's time to go back. Valerie, any final thoughts? Adrian? Sabina?
I do. Thank you, Brenda. It was awesome. It was.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Good?
Make sure everyone signs in if you haven't already before you go down.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I love this little gadget.